Where do we even get started with this one then? So, basically, something happened on a ride yesterday. I've not spoken about it and I was trying to forget about it and I just got so annoyed by it just because, not just this one thing, but like, it's happened so many times and I just thought I'm going to have to talk about it because if it's happening to me, it'll be happening to other people and it's not okay. So let's get comfy and get talking about it. So, yesterday I was on a ride. I rode to Blackstone Edge, which is a climb that I've done maybe, 20, 30, 40 times, I don't even know, a lot. And as I was at the bottom of the climb, there's a chap with a mountain bike at the side, I think waiting for his friend. And as I'm just starting the climb, I just kind of say hello. And he says something along the lines of, oh, you're at the very bottom of this climb, there's a long way for you to go yet to get to the top. And I just kind of, at the time, it didn't really sink in. I just kind of like laughed and then carried on. And then as I carried on riding, it like was sinking in what he said, and I was just like, that's so annoying. And that is mansplaining. That is, if you don't know what mansplaining is, basically just like unwanted, just, I say advice loosely, just from blokes to women. It's just in such a condescending way. And him saying that, you might think, oh, he's just trying to make conversation, but he's not. He's implying that, one, I don't know where I'm riding. Two, that I don't know the climb and where the climb is. Three, I might not have ever ridden that climb before. And it's just, like, why say that? Like, would he say that to a bloke? I don't know, probably not. And it's just implying that, like, I'm just not capable to ride and that I should probably know, oh, there's a fair way to go, so do I really want to carry on climbing it? And it's just ridiculous, and it's not the first time it's happened. And I think that for men doing this, it's a male dominated sport, we know that, but men being like that is going to put off so many other women from wanting to get into cycling. And another couple of things that have happened are, like, I remember once being on a club ride with a guy that I'd met that morning, and we're at a junction with traffic lights. The traffic lights changed and everyone set off. He then proceeded to push my back to set me off riding, and I was just like, what are you doing? And he said I don't know, he's like, oh, I just thought you'd want a hand, getting off the lights. And I was like, I'm quite capable of setting off from the lights on my own. Thanks, but no thanks, kind of thing. And then another time it happened on an Audax, actually. And on Audax, it's because you're riding with people for such a long time, you kind of get to know them, you're kind of laughing and joking. And we're on a climb, and this guy just started pushing me. And again, I actually really lost my temper with him. I just said to him, turned to him and went, get your fucking hands off me right now. And he kind of laughed. I think he thought I was joking. I was like, I am deadly serious. Get your hands off me and don't ever touch me like that ever again. And so he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, you should be sorry, because unless a woman asks you for that help, especially physically like that, don't give it voluntarily. Like, we don't need it. Just don't do it. And I think that's the whole thing with like mansplainers. It's just like, and I know that I don't know everything there is to know about cycling. I welcome advice and tips and things that are going to help me. But when it's done in like that, such a patronising way that as a woman I might not be capable, or that I might not know what I'm doing, is just insulting. And I think those individual things on their own, well, yeah, they are that bad, really. I was going to say maybe they're not that bad, it's just like the collective of it. Because it does happen, and they're just the three that I can remember. Actually, there's another one. I was on Land's End John O'Groats, and I'd probably ridden 3/4 of the way, and we're just stopping getting food and stuff, and then this guy pipes up. I wasn't even really having a conversation with him. He just starts saying, looking at my bike, he says, oh, that gearing's a bit low for doing this event. And I was like, sorry? It's like, yeah, that gearing's way too low, you're just going to spin out. And I was like, we've ridden 3/4 of Land's End John O'Groats, I think I'm all right. And he was just like being such a nerd, like, no, I know what I'm talking about. No, it's wrong gearing, that is, love. And I was like, okay. And then the next climb, I was like, I'm getting up there faster than he is. He was huffing and puffing up this climb, and I just spinning past him, be like, oh, it's a lovely climb, isn't it? Because it's almost like trying to prove it. Not that I need to prove it, but it's just irritating. More than anything, it's just annoying. And I know that I'm not the only one that this happens to. It happens to pretty much every female that I've spoken to within cycling. And I guess the point of the video is not just to rant about it, but it's to like try and educate some of you. And that if you have done this, I don't think the majority of you will have, because I don't think you're that type of people. But if you have, or you see it happening, then just speak up and be like, no, you don't need to do that. Because it is bad, and there needs to be more equality within that, and people not to see women on bikes as, I don't know, feeble or not capable, especially when you've got the likes of people like, sorry, my nose is running, it's cold. You've got people like, I don't know, Jenny Graham and Jenny Tuff and Lee Craigie and Emily Chappell and Fiona Colbing, all these amazing, incredible cyclists that show that we're not incapable of riding bikes. And yeah, that's my little rant of the day. I don't know, I wasn't going to say anything. I was like, do you know what? No, I need to say something about it, because I am fortunate enough to have this platform and be able to talk about things that are happening in the cycling industry, in the cycling world, and this is one that needs to change. So yeah, and I don't even know like how do you do this? And like, I think sometimes I wish I'd said more at the time. Like yesterday, I kind of wish that I'd have been quicker, it'd sunk in quicker what it actually said, so I could have said something rather than just kind of like, and then carrying on. Because it isn't right and it is frustrating. So, I mean, what do you think the best thing to do? I think we just need to speak up about it and say, I've done this climb 20, 30 times. Like, that's what I would have said. Like, I've done this climb like 20 times. Like, I know exactly where I am on the climb. I'm okay, thanks. I'm not feeble. I'm not a feeble cyclist. I can climb hills, thanks. Anyway, I will see you next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have resonated with this video, give it a like so that it helps the algorithm and then more people then get to see it. So yeah, unsubscribe if you would like to see more content from me, and I will see you next video. This chair is, every chair I've got is creaking. You hear that squeak? Okay, bye.